hello, everybody. I am Shar. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back with me, guys. I wanted to come to you guys today and talk about um, Mayweather's daughter, Floyd Mayweather Jr., the famous boxers, not not the boxer today, the daughter, or one of his daughters, his oldest daughter, which is Ayanna Mayweather. Now, she's 19 right now, and so we all know about teenagers. We've all been there. They're just they out there, and they are, for lack of a better term, a hot mess. 19, 17, 18, 19, 16, 15, they think they know everything. They're defiant, they're fearless, they have a chip on their shoulder, they have an attitude all the time, they're evil, they're mean to the family, their moms, probably their dad. Nobody is right, they're always I'm sorry, no one is wrong, or she's never wrong. You know what I mean? Like, those kids, that's how they think. They think they're never wrong, and they're always right. Nobody ever knows what they're talking about. Yet they haven't really experienced much in life at all. Because they're just in their teens. So yeah, she's at that stage where no one can tell her anything. Her mom, her dad, I'm sure they talk to her. I'm not going to discredit her parents in that way. Floyd, the same. I'm not going to discredit them and say that they're not teaching her anything, and that, she wasn't raised right. I mean, because I don't know the parenting skills of Floyd Mayweather, and I don't know the parenting skills of her mom, but, I'm sure they're decent parents. I mean, I know just seeing them on the internet, it could be deceiving, but I haven't heard anything negative about her parents being on drugs, not being there for her, um, just not providing a decent life for her. And just because they have money doesn't necessarily mean she has this wonderful upbringing. You know what I mean? It could definitely be dysfunctional, even though her dad has tons of money. You know what I mean? It could definitely still be dysfunctional, no structure, all these things. So, but I don't think her upbringing was like that. I think she had a decent mom, and even the late Josie Harris, which is Floyd Mayweather's second baby mother. She's deceased now, but she even said that Floyd, in one of her interviews, she even said that Floyd was a great dad. So there you go. He's a great dad. He's doing the parenting thing to the best of his ability. So with Ayanna, I wouldn't say that neither one of the parents did anything wrong. It's just that she's a teenager, and with teenagers, especially, she's 19, she's almost 20, that in her head she's a full grown, full blown adult. That's just how they think. It's nothing really that they could tell her at this point, at this moment. She has to do things by trial and error, and learn from the mistakes. Hopefully her mistakes don't get her in a whole heap of trouble. Now, with that being said, I'm good segue into Ayanna Mayweather being arrested. Now, she has this immense crush on the rapper NBA Youngboy. She absolutely loves this guy, And to be totally honest, all of his baby mothers love him so much. All the girls that come in contact with him end up just being totally in love with this guy, or if it's not really love, it is an insatiable infatuation with him. I mean, because honestly, he's not that hard on the eyes. I mean, to each his own. Some people may say he is ugly. That's fine. But in my opinion, he's not that hard on the eyes. He does have that little issue with his forehead, where he has the 3 dents in his head, and that was due to an injury he had years ago when he was a child. The halo left marks and indentions in his forehead. He can't help that. It was a way to help save his life. Otherwise, his neck would have been messed up. So, but other than that, just his face in general is not like horrible. He's not really ugly. So, he's an amazing rapper. I haven't really heard a rapper that's that deep and in touch with his feelings to this degree in a very, very long time. I mean, he's like Tupac in a way that he's just really, really insightful and in touch with his feelings. I'm not saying that they're the same because they're not. They're totally two types of different rappers. But and then Nas was really, really in touch with his feelings and really conscious of what was going on around him, and he rapped about it. This guy, he's the same way. He's really conscious about his feelings and what's going on, and he puts it in the music. He has his own little style, his own little just uniqueness about himself. He's from Louisiana, born and raised Baton Rouge, and you can hear this southern drawl in his tone and when he raps and when he speaks, and he's just an amazing rapper. Now, it is it's like you got to be a certain age group to even like his music more than likely, because I don't see, I don't know, maybe 30 and up, definitely and up, really feeling him, you know what I mean, really into his music. And it's not because he's not talented, it's just because he's kind of really in an age demographic that's really just for a certain demographic. And if you're kind of out of that age group, you're probably not really feeling his vibe and what he's talking about, because he's only 20 himself. So young man being 20, he's probably just about maybe 16, 17 maturity wise, if that. We all know that young men, they mature a lot slower than young women. So, and we've seen him so many times and heard all the antics that he does. The Shade Room he has his own page that the Shade Room started. So that's telling you that it's just daily, weekly, monthly, that is just always, or hour to hour even, that is always something going on with this character. So, with that being said, he's learning and growing himself. He's just 20 and he's rich. So that is going to leave room for a lot of error, a lot of bull, a lot of mistakes, a lot of crap going on. And yeah, he's on point in that department. So Floyd Mayweather's daughter Ayanna, she's totally in love with him or infatuated with him or both, and now it's costing her. It's getting serious because she's trying to, in my opinion, just by reading the things that's going on and seeing the continuous posts about her, she's trying to be, I believe, something she's not. I mean, her dad is Floyd Mayweather. So she had the best of everything in terms of material things, homes, cars. I'm sure she got a car directly after high school at 16, maybe even before then. Anything she wants, you know what I mean? Her dad, being who he is, I'm sure bought her things that he would buy his own girlfriends, like maybe diamond bracelets or necklaces, So all these things she's accustomed to. It's no big deal for her. Which, to be totally honest, it may work out between her and NBA Youngboy, because at this point he would know that she's not necessarily with him for money, because she has her own, and anything that he can buy her, she can probably buy herself because of her allowance or inheritance. And if she can't buy it herself, she can just ask her dad for it, right? So she doesn't necessarily need him for the money. She's not necessarily around him for clout. I mean, the girl grew up in front of a camera at these massive championship boxing fights with her dad. So, she doesn't need the clout. She doesn't need the money. So far as in NBA Youngboy's head, he may feel like, yeah, this might be the one. She doesn't need me for anything like that. So if she can sustain his abuse, she may be the one for him. And I hate to say that because I like the guy. I like his music, but he has a lot of demons, and it's probably due to his upbringing and how he grew up, which he speaks about a lot in his music. not really having much, and paying bills and food was a choice a lot of times growing up in his family. And he has a lot of demons. He has a drug problem. I mean, I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but anytime you're drinking lean every day, all day, or majority of the day, or out of a month you're drinking lean half the month, if not all of the month long, that's a drug problem. If you're taking pills, Percocet, anxiety pill, that's a drug problem. Okay, period. I mean, again, we've seen all the antics on social media where he's just out of his mind. He's how do you say it? He's stumbling. He's talking to walls. He's just out of control. He's sporadic. He's erratic. He's abusive. He's disrespectful. He's just out of his mind because he's just so juiced up. What do you expect when you got all these things in your system? So, the couple of times he's gone to jail and came home, he has a clear head because his drugs are out of his system. Maybe not innately out, but it's just out of his system. He's not high, so he can think straight. He's functional. He's rational, and when he's not high, he's pretty smart and a great guy in terms of he's really, really, like I said, he's really, really insightful. And he has a gentle spirit, in my opinion, when he talks. And it might be his southern upbringing. He said he was raised by his grandmother, not his mom. But even though I do believe he truly, truly loves his mom, even though I'm sure him and his mom had issues. But anyway, so back to Ayanna Mayweather, YaYa, Money YaYa. She has been arrested. She's since been released. I believe they said the bond was $30,000 to get her out. Now, it was originally said that her dad got her out, but because of this video that went viral with NBA Youngboy kind of going off on Kodak Black, which is a rival rapper. It's been said that it might have been Youngboy that got her out. So I want to read to you this press release that came out by TMZ, and I'm not saying allegedly arrested, because this came out from TMZ. And so we all know TMZ, I told you in another video, they pretty much have the plug, okay? I don't know, it's unspoken. It hasn't been said, it's unspoken, but they pretty much have the dang on plug for all this mess that go down in Los Angeles, where they are the first to know, the first to be notified, and the first on the scene, okay? So if TMZ got any type of arrest records or whatever, it's true, okay? Because initially, I think everybody was saying that, this was for publicity, for up-and-coming video that's coming up, a new single that he's coming out with, and this is footage from the video. TMZ got the report. Okay, so this is from TMZ. It says, Floyd Mayweather's daughter arrested for allegedly stabbing NBA Youngboy's baby mama. Now, I didn't know that he had another baby on the way, okay? Now, mind you, I don't really follow NBA Youngboy. But, like I said, if you are on social media, if you have an IG page, if you follow the Shade Room, you gonna follow this character, because I'm telling you, every day, all day long, it's just something different popping up about him. So you're gonna know of him even if you don't follow him, okay? So, I thought he had about 4 baby mamas. 4, or is it 5? I know he recently just had one with that little girl, the Jania girl. She had a boy, and that was it. Besides the other baby mamas he already had, I didn't know he had another one. But anyway, so what it said, this came out April 4th, okay, 2020. It says, Floyd Mayweather's daughter Ayanna has been arrested for felony aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. TMZ has learned, and it appears to have been a confrontation over NBA Youngboy. Ayanna Mayweather is currently in Houston Harris County Jail, or was, because like I said, she's out now. She was in Houston Harris County Jail after getting arrested at 1:30 a.m. Saturday. It says law enforcement sources tell TMZ the alleged victim and NBA Youngboy were at his home when Ayana arrived and told the woman, which was someone by the name of LaPatra Lachey Jacobs, um, she was Youngboy's fiance, and Jacobs should leave the house. Jacobs then told Ayana to leave herself. Now, Youngboy, I believe he has a home in Louisiana, LA, and now he has a home in Houston, because prior to this he was living in LA. Okay, now this says in his home in Houston, so obviously he has a home in Houston now. Again, the boy's rich, so the boy gonna have multiple homes, right? So Ayana is in her feelings because this boy, even though he may have a girlfriend at the time or have a fiance, he claims at the time, he's constantly grabbing other women because that's just what he does, right? This is what he do. He's a big famous rapper, and they have multiple women. And what it is that in his head, you gonna pretty much deal with me having another girlfriend or having another female friend while you're around. Period. That's what they do. And this is the problem that causes everything, because a lot of the girls, they're not going for it, right? So, at this point, Ayana felt like she's not going for that. And so after the Jacobs girl told Ayana to leave, it goes on to say, we're told the argument moved into the kitchen where Ayana was holding two knives, according to sources. Jacob stepped toward Ayana, and Ayana charged at her with one of the knives. Jacobs told the cops she didn't feel the first knife wound, but then she said Ayana charged at her a second time with a second knife, stabbing her again. Now, Ayana trying to be about that life, even though she's really not about that life. But what it is that it's irrational. She's just reacting and not really thinking rationally. She's just doing something, you know what I mean? Which that type of behavior can get you in a lot of trouble. And I would say this is a lot of trouble. Anytime they say it was a deadly weapon, it could get serious for her. And I wouldn't want to be the one that is at the mercy of the court when it comes down to somebody's life, and you being charged with harming someone in that way. I just wouldn't want to do it, even if my parents had money, because it can go left for you. The courts and the judges and all that stuff, they a lot of times like to make examples out of people like her just to prove a point and teach these other people that's listening and looking a lesson, right? We know that. So when EMTs arrives, Jacobs was lying on the floor. She was taken to the hospital. We do not know her condition. So this is pretty much right when it happened. At this point, we know that the girl was in stable condition. I believe she's going to live. The injuries were minor, I guess. They weren't, I won't say minor, but they weren't necessarily life-threatening. So she's going to live. Goes on to say that Youngboy was, it says Youngboy, who was home at the time, was briefly handcuffed by the cops, presumably as a precautionary measure before being released. Now, I mean, if he didn't do anything and he's at home and you see it's about these two girls, why is he arrested? But anyway, he has a record. That's why. He's always in trouble. So you can't get around this type of stuff when you have records. And it says, Ayana told cops Jacobs had incited her by initially pulling her hair outside the house and then running into the kitchen where the confrontation went down. Ayana told cops she had never met Jacobs before. So, yeah, they said the bond was $30,000. Allegedly. I'm not sure because TMZ didn't report what the bond was. So, I don't know if you go on TMZ.com. TMZ does have a YouTube channel. If you go on their YouTube channel, you'll see footage. They have a little some footages here, as Cardi B say. They have some footages here, but I'll let you hear the recording.
Programs for Quibi twice a day called No Filter. Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson
Oh, I'm sorry, they're not talking about it yet.
For coronavirus.
This breaks my heart because they're like one of the most
I thought it was gonna go
unproblematic
right to the
white people that I know.
story.
No Filter by TMZ on Quibi. Don't miss your daily double shot. Learn more at Quibi.com.
Sorry, here it is. TMZ. It's pausing now. There we go. That's them outside of the home. That's NBA Youngboy briefly handcuffed. That was all they got. That was all the footage that someone got that actually reported it to TMZ. But you see that they did handcuff him, but he was since released. Yeah, so she's barking up the wrong tree, trying to be, popping or be about that life or, whatever it is that she's trying to do. She really needs to chill because, you know what I mean? It's going to get her in a lot of trouble. Now, if nothing else, I know her parents are telling her that. I know her mom is telling her that. But, she's 19. Technically, she's pretty much grown. She's not officially grown age-wise, but she pretty much on her own in terms of she can do what she wants to do. Like I said, she has the money to do it. She can hop on the plane, hop in the car, go wherever she wants, travel wherever she wants. So, yeah, I don't know. They can't stop her. Hopefully, she won't get in too much trouble where she actually somewhere sitting behind bars and doing time over this boy. You know what I mean? That's crazy because at the end of the day, he's still going to be doing him. He's still going to have several girlfriends. He's still going to have a gang of baby mothers. And his mother, somebody needs to get a grip on him. Even though, like I said, he's 20. Can't nobody tell these 20-year-olds nothing. Somebody needs to put a bug in his ear to wrap it up. You do not need any more kids. I mean, before he's 30, he's going to have like about 10, 12 kids with 10, 12 baby mamas. I mean, that's ridiculous. Before he grows up and realizes he's going to have so many kids, it's going to be ridiculous. All of his earnings, he's going to have to dish out to the kids, for college. Hopefully these kids are going to college. Oh, it's just so much. It's crazy. It's craziness. And I hope this, she didn't stay in jail, but a hot ass minute, she probably needed to be probably a situation where she needed to be kind of scared straight, shooken up a little bit, stay in there, for a hot minute. Make her think that she almost killed the girl, if not killed her, so she could be like, oh my God, what have I done? And maybe she'll be like, you know what, never again. Let him, NBA, not call her, not come and see her, not go get her right away, because that could have been orchestrated by her parents. Let her think like you didn't come, like you wasn't there for her, then she may get it. But, later on, he could tell her, well, I was there, or I wanted to go, your parents told me not to. That type of thing. But in the meantime, and in between time, she would have learned a lesson. Or, like I said, been scared straight, like, she gonna clean up her act. Stop trying to be a bad girl, about that life. And get yourself in a world of trouble because he's still going to be out doing shows, having girlfriends, traveling here and there. You know what I mean? While you're going to be sitting up in a jail cell for 5 or 6 years. And if someone actually dies, possibly life. You know what I'm saying? Does she really want that? She needs to really think about that. It's a mess. It's a hot mess. I'm telling you. It's supposed to be a global emergency going on right now with COVID-19. These people are out here still walking around doing them like you supposed to be in the house. You supposed to be in quarantine. Why was this girl even out of her house and way over the NBA Youngboy house in the first place? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And it may be a serious charge because I think the girl is pregnant. They're saying she's pregnant by NBA Youngboy. But, and he had been saying that he's having a girl. Maybe this was the girl he was talking about. I don't know. Like I said, I don't follow the little boy. So, I don't know. I just hope that she learns her lesson and she can stay out of trouble. She do not need to start having legal troubles messing around with this boy because it's getting serious. And I would hate to see that she's in jail, especially over some antics like this, over a guy that is going to continue to do him while she in there serving time. So please tell me what you guys think. Add any comments. Like the video if you choose. Please follow me, subscribe, and I'm out. I'll be with you guys again. I just wanted to come to you guys really quick and talk about Ayanna Mayweather and how she pretty much needs an intervention with NBA Youngboy. So pray for her. All right, guys. Bye.